close. I thought you wanted to show the lamp.
Nah, it's okay. Should I zoom out
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah.
So we're back with another Dear Sadie and P. And we have a bunch, so thank you if you wrote to us. And let's start with the update. Okay?
Yes.
So the gynecologist, there's a third update.
All right,
And
let's see.
if you haven't seen the other video about this story, I'll put it in the description. But she also gives a little recap here.
Okay, I'm gonna read. Dear Sadie and P, hello again. I hope you remember my story, which refers to my age gap relationship with my high school crush. She was my teacher, and after 22 years, we found ourselves in a doctor-patient relationship as she visited my office for a minor gynecological problem. Then I asked her out, blah, 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 and we became a couple. But there's a black mark in the story. Ta-da! Her family. So, a month ago, I was on
Hiatus.
hiatus. Okay. We spent these 4 days off together all day long, and it was amazing. Amazing.
It's gonna take a long time if you do that.
Okay. We were in a really good mood. No need to explain why. We got back to our base, and after a few days, I had the brilliant idea to suggest that we should invite her sister for dinner in an attempt to break the ice and to know each other a little bit better. What was I thinking? Her sister came over, and throughout her visit, she was constantly rude to me regarding even my profession by saying things like, "So you like women? No wonder why you became a gynecologist." That's bad. She was fucking offensive and insulting, mentioning over and over again our age gap. And the icing of the cake was her quote, "After all," speaking to her sister, "if you wanted a daughter, you could have adopted one." Oh my God.
That's the worst.
At that point, I excused myself and left the house because if I had stayed, I don't know where this would have led to. I took a long ride with my motorbike just to clear my mind, and after 3 hours, I returned home where I found my partner weeping. I was angry and sad and heartbroken. We talked for the millionth time about our relationship. She told me what she was told by her sister while I was gone, and I freaked out. I even asked her if she thought it would be better for her to break up with me. Of course, the answer was no. Anyway, as I've said before, I don't give a fuck about her sister or what she thinks about me. What bothers me the most is witnessing other people trying to sabotage our relationship, as if they have a say. I don't expect from my partner to cut out her sister. On the contrary, I do understand that her sister comes from a traditional family, let's say old-fashioned. She has a totally different mentality about love and sexes, and it's hard for her to accept her sister's sexual preferences. Okay, no problem with that. My concern is to stop her from hurting my partner. Point is, how? Thanks for reading. Okay, so, wow. Well, I'm familiar with this kind of story, actually. Because when I came out and I introduced Sadie to my family, my father was happy. My mother was like happy too, but, with some reservation. But still, not rude in any way. She actually liked Sadie. And but my sister was really... it's not that she said something rude, but she stopped talking to me for quite a while, which was good in a way because I didn't have to hear anything rude from her or anything like toxic. Look, I mean, if you trust that your partner is like mature enough, to stay away from any toxic comment that she can receive from her relatives, then you have no problem. You have to leave it up to her, okay? Because that's her family. So you don't need to do anything. That's my advice. Like, other than just stay there and holding space for your partner. And if you feel that your relationship is strong, nothing is going to make a a dent, I would say. Like, as long as there is communication and she communicates the way she feels, it's fine. Just let it run its course. Maybe it's just your partner's sister, up to her to mature, to follow
Get
certain
over it.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, though. Saying, like, if you wanted a daughter, why didn't you just adopt one? That is the most offensive thing.
So rude.
Can you imagine if somebody said that to us? Like,
Yeah.
somebody from your family, nevertheless.
But I mean, I understand that if you start, if there is anything like social where the sister is involved, the sister is involved, I would personally
not go.
avoid. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I would just do anything to stay away from this person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking rude. Like, forget about the age gap. If anybody said something that rude to me, like, I'm not going to be around that person because that was very hurtful.
Yeah.
And about the gynecologist thing, like your job.
Yeah.
It's so low.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's super rude. Super rude.
Very rude.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that is happening.
I mean, it's just nasty. Like, she's just showing her character. She might not be able to stay away because it's her sister, but you can definitely stay away from that person.
Exactly. And it's important that your partner respects that.
Yeah.
Because that is you putting out your own boundaries and sending a message. I don't want to be around toxic people.
And one more thing is that I know you don't want, the sister to harm your partner, but that's also your partner's decision. Like, if she wants to subject herself to that over and over again, and maybe if she respects her own boundaries, she can just stay away from her sister a little bit as well to protect herself. Like, that's kind of her journey, her choices. You can't really do much to save her in that case, but you can always point out, hey, if she's hurting you, why are you, staying in close contact with her or something like that.
Right.
Because it's just rude, really. What the hell? It's none of her business.
Yeah.
Your age gap, your relationship, your job.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she's homophobic as well.
Of course. I mean,
unfortunately, you can't change people's minds very easily. If they're homophobic and they grow up in that culture, they're probably going to stay that way to the rest of their lives. But, like we said, you don't have to let it bother you.
Yeah.
Just stay away.
Right.
Okay, let's do another one.
Yeah.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's just go in order.
Hi guys, I've been following you for a long time now. Just to get straight to the point, I had been in love with a girl 10 years my junior, whom I met at my workplace. We knew each other for 5 years. Though it wasn't love at first sight, I liked her and noticed that she gravitated towards my stimulus. I kept it professional at the workplace, though it was obvious that we were very close to each other. When I decided to leave the workplace for better prospects, she seemed all ruffled and stressed, lost and low in confidence. That year we grew even closer to each other and reached the closest any romantic couple could get. But it's been 3 years now since she called it off. But I'm still lost in her. The relationship was mostly one-sided. That is, I initiated it all the way. However, if I didn't keep in touch or give her the attention, she'd literally throw it at me. One summer she invited me over to her house for lunch, and as in my habit for a nap, I asked to leave. But she insisted I stay and nap at her place, which I did. She then threw the covers on me and got another one for herself. A couple of minutes later, and as I drifted off to sleep, she came into my covers, turned on to my side. I always sleep on my side, and covered my face with her boobs. Not bare though. Okay. So she wasn't naked.
Yeah.
I woke up feeling uncomfortable, realized that I had a feast to dive into and caressed her.
Okay.
This is R-rated. I didn't have the effing guts to go further for fear that I was reading too much into it.
I don't think you were reading too much into
I
it.
think so. That was pretty clear.
Yeah.
Neither did I want to ask her. After a couple I left for home. I later received a message from her saying that she didn't like to see me leave and wanted me to stay. A couple of years later, when I smooched her, she got all righteous and said that she felt it was wrong. I then reacted by apologizing and greeted her the next day only verbally, to which she responded that she felt hurt that I didn't touch her. During the last year of my time in the workplace, she vowed to come with me and ask me to make arrangements for us both to be together forever. But 3 months after I left, one evening, she sent me a message saying that our relationship was wrong and that she was not happy with what happened. She said that we should remain friends. I was left distraught, as you can imagine. I met her again a couple of months ago, 3 years after no contact. We talked about our worlds and that was it. No contact again, though neither of us have blocked the other on social media. But we don't upload pics of our past.
So, any thoughts?
Any thoughts? It feels like that typical situation where one is not super secure of what is going on, so she needs like a stronger reassurance from the other side, but the other side is also not sure what's going on. It's like they are not capable of reading each other, but there is a lot of but the reason I think this is happening is because there is a lot of insecurity, let's say, on this person who keeps on getting mad or hurt and so on and so forth.
It seems so on and off that maybe it's not really meant to be. I don't know. Is that too judgmental?
I don't know. It feels like they speak two different languages.
Yeah.
And the communication gets lost in translation.
That happens to us a lot of times.
That happens to us sometimes. Sometimes, not a lot of times.
Okay.
It would happen more often at the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, even now sometimes. Yeah.
It's difficult to communicate with people. You really have to be clear on what you want. And I guess in this case, they were not very clear what they wanted. And yeah, the only thing I can tell from that is that the girl, the one who shoved her boobs in your face, definitely wants something.
Just saying that.
Sorry.
You have to put, really, it's an R-rated video, this one.
Like, she would definitely needs, like you said, more reassurance, but also maybe consistency. Like, maybe she just wants, like, constant attention and reassurance. And maybe it's too much for you, then it's not the right person in that case.
Yeah, okay, but there is a clue there. The fact that you take a nap, you have your routine, and you send her away. I feel like you have some boundaries established there, and maybe the fact that you have boundaries and you're not all over her and blah 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 might make her feel insecure. Because between the two, I feel like the other one is the most insecure in the relationship. So the most insecure person always sends mixed signals, always. So, and that creates that miscommunication. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough case because we don't have enough information about the two individuals. But I don't know. If you want to go for it, then try again. Go for it.
Or communicate a bit more.
Yeah. And really ask her, what do you really want?
Yeah.
Or why are you really mad at me? Straight out, ask it.
Yeah, exactly. If you cannot have this conversation, then forget about it.
Yeah, it's always going to be a puzzle then.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll leave it at that for this video.
Yeah.
Thank you for writing to us. We still have a couple of letters to go through, so I guess we'll do another one for these videos soon.
So thank you. Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you for your support. See you next time. Bye-bye.